Right guys, what's up and welcome back to another video here today and a brand new episode of the MotoGP 20 career mode. Now, I want to talk about this real quick at the start of the video and get this out of the way. So, if you missed yesterday's episode guys, it was at the Kimi Ring, the brand new Finland Grand Prix. If you haven't seen it, it will be linked in the top right hand corner. In that race, it was our first race with a new patch that dropped yesterday, and since then, there has been yet another patch. This patch was 5.9 gigabytes, and it was a big patch, and there's no patch notes at the minute, so no one knows what it is, but it seems to have corrected a lot of the issues that were wrong in yesterday's patch. I want to talk about this real quick. So basically, at the moment, I'm not enjoying the career mode season. I didn't enjoy it at first because it's unrealistic how we kept on fighting for wins on an Aprilia on max difficulty, and now suddenly we're thrown into Q1 and now we're at the back, which is totally fine, but in terms of storyline consistency, I hate the fact that I've won a few races this season and now we're, at the back. It makes no sense. Also, just worth noting, I wasn't a fan of the patch that dropped yesterday. It was very messy. It made the game even worse. The only positive was it made the bikes quicker, the AI difficulty, but other than that, everywhere else it was worse, and I wasn't feeling it. Also, the bike handling changed as well, which is the worst in my opinion. And I'm pretty much using the start of this video to mention and say that I've got a plan in mind, and I've got two options. We're going to finish this season. Whatever happens, we'll finish it. But once this finishes, it's going to be kind of discontinued in a way. So, option A, at the end of the season, we will join a new team, probably another one of these fantasy new teams, to start from fresh and kind of start from zero really, but technically it would be season 2. Or option B, we start the crew mode from scratch over again and start fresh once this first season's over, because I want to be able to start now with all the patches in place. The game should be a lot more stable, and the AI should be better. There should be less bugs and glitches, more consistency, let's say, and I should be able to do this properly. So when I start the career mode on a brand new team on 120 AI maximum difficulty, we should be struggling to get a point, which should be the case at least at the first couple of races, and then we kind of build our way up. So I want to kind of start from scratch realistically, if I'm being honest. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll be checking the comments on this video to see what you guys think. But either way, that aside, we're now going to jump into today's career mode episode. So straight off the bat, we have received a contract proposal, so we're going to jump over to the personal manager, and let's see what proposal we have received, and it is one for the Oakley Aprilia Racing team, so a brand new team. Once again, this proposal expires in 12 weeks. We're going to refuse it though, we're going to stick with our team for now. Having said that, we're going to talk about teams, because I feel like we have some options here. So, me personally, I really want to do Ducati Lenovo. I want to ride a Ducati. I feel like it's my favorite bike in the game, and I personally want to try and ride for these guys. I think it'd be an interesting one, and also I think livery wise we can make some really exciting things with it. So let me know what you guys think about that, but I'd love to ride for Ducati Lenovo moving forward, possibly for next season. But with that said, we now arrive at Brno, and you can see on screen we have to pay salaries and also jump into the race weekend. It's a double header, so we've got Brno and then the Austrian Grand Prix. Now that's going to be an interesting race because, again, like the Saxon Ring, I've heard that AI crash a lot around there, and you end up with pretty much 21 DNF. So hopefully that's been patched. Either way, that was the next episode. We're going to focus on this one, and this is the Monster Energy Grand Prix of the Czech Republic, and we're going to jump into things here at Brno, one of my favourite tracks on the calendar, and we're going to get this on the way to see how things are like around this circuit. Right, so we are here in FP1, and it's a rainy session actually, and FP2 is scheduled to be rainy as well. If we go over to weekend management, the first dry session is FP3, so that's going to be the key session here in terms of which we'll do all of our programs and testing. So we're going to jump straight into FP3. We're going to skip FP1 and FP2 due to conditions not being favourable, and we're going to get FP3 underway. Hopefully we can hit the practice program targets and also set some good laps in the process. Right, this weekend I'm going to try a bit of a different approach. So we are going to start off with the race simulation first. There's no racing line to stick to, which is good because this is what throws me off the first one, and that's why I go slow. So we'll go for race simulation first. We'll try and build up our confidence, do a few laps, and then we'll jump on to another practice program. Crutchlow goes down as we set a new personal best once again. Getting faster and faster each lap, but there's not much more time now. That's going to come off that lap on these tyres at the minute. The rear hard is not the one, it's freezing cold, so there's no temperature in the tyre. Pushing now, I'm pretty much on the limit. I'm for a personal best here if I can nail the exit. A little bit wide, but that's okay, up to the line. And there we go, job done. We found the program by far, but that's okay. Okay, so we failed the development test of the race simulation. Wasn't really close, to be fair. But it's okay. We're still showing better pace. The improvements were there, and we got faster each lap. So it's not looking too shabby. At the moment, Oliveira up in P2. Very impressive from him on a hard medium. So the reverse of what we're running. But yeah, overall, not too shabby. We're now going to move on to other practice programs. I'm going to try and run the distance analysis now and see how that feels. And then after that, we're doing to the qualifying sim. So yeah, let's see how that gets on. Either way, hopefully we can try and find some more time in the bike. We're going to fail this program as Alex Marquez crashes. We just don't have the pace. It's as simple as that. The threshold is still very, very difficult to beat, so I'm not quite sure what they did in the patch, but yeah, it's not going to work. Up to the line, let's see what it is, and there we go. No chance. Right, it's time for the final one, the quick lap simulation. Let's see if we can set a good lap on the double soft tyres and at least set a respectable lap to try and not get into Q2, but at least give us a chance of maybe getting to Q2. So let's see how we get on. Pushing hard here, but we're not going to hit the threshold, at least not on the first lap. Through the final corner. Power down, up to power mode 2, and there we go, we crossed the line, 52.2. We're not close enough, we'll try and go for one more. See if we can find any more time. I'm pushing hard on this one as well. We lost a bit of time in sector 1, but we've had a good second and third sector. Up to the line. It's not going to be a PB, I don't think. It's not bad, I think it's a 51, which is a good improvement to be fair. Well, there it is on the combined results, 51.9. That is pretty much everything I can get out of the bike, to be honest with you. Yeah, we tried our best, but that's all she wrote. So let's see if that's going to be enough to get us into Q2. I don't think it will be, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Hey, let's go. One of the weirdest Q2s in history, but it was enough. Viñales and Marquez are out in Q1. It was Dovi and Valentino Rossi who managed to get through into Q2. But look at this. We've got Miguel Oliveira in here. We've got Jack Miller, Morbidelli, Paul Espargaro, Tito Rabat as well. So quite a few surprises here. The big surprise, though, has to be Miguel Oliveira on the Tech 3 KTM. But there is a lot. We're back into Q2 in 6th place. Let's jump into it and let's see how good we can qualify around here. Oof, that's not good. That's going to hurt a bit and cost us a big chunk of time. And there we go, we're 9 tenths down on Dovi. 50.4, that's a ridiculous lap to beat though. That is incredible pace from the Ducati man. Another big stoppy there on the entry, but we actually get it slowed down quite nicely to be fair. Currently 2 seconds off Dovi's lap as we go through the final corner. A little bit wide as we go on to our second lap, but here we go. 52.6, not great. We know we can get to the 51, so there's more time to find. Oh no, another stoppy. Not great. Quite a few riders going down this session, which can mean damage, which means they won't improve. This is a good lap so far. We actually matched Dovi in sector 3. One more sector to go. This is a better second lap. On target for a mid 51, which would be our best time of the weekend. Up to the line, what's it going to be? And it is a mid 51. We'll take that. Sectors 3 and 4 were on the money. They were equal. It's just sectors 1 and 2 where we lost time, but I'll take that. That is great pace, and we move up to 8th place. Tito Rabat goes down. Here we go then. It's time for our final flying lap. We have time for just this one, so let's give it absolutely everything, balls to the wall, and throw everything at it. Okay, we're looking a little bit better on this lap, not by much, but it's an improvement nonetheless. A bit early in the brakes there. Could have gone a bit later, but I was trying to avoid the stoppie. Into the final corner. Power down in second gear, up to the line. Do we improve? I'm not confident. And we don't. Oh well, it is what it is. P9 for us in qualifying. To be fair, if we look at the gaps, the best we could have done is 8th place. There was a half second gap there from Mir to Morbidelli, but Dovi picks up pole position here today with Rossi on the front row and Alex Rins alongside them. So the front three is pretty familiar, and then it gets a bit weird. So you've got Miller in 4th, Crutchlow P5, Petrucci P6, still relatively normal, but again, not your usual guys on the second row. Morbidelli, Mir and myself on an Aprilia in row 3, and then it's Espargaro, Oliveira and Rabat at the back. So there you go, that's your top 12, and that's qualifying. We're now going to move into the race. There's the poleman, Andrea Dovizioso on the Ducati. There's Mosedici, and he's going to be wanting to try and pick up a win today. I don't think he's won yet this season, I believe. I think he's still chasing his first win. There is the doctor, the veteran himself, Valentino Rossi. He's also going to be hungry for our first win of the season. And there is his fellow teammate in the VR46 Academy, Franco Morbidelli. But in terms of our race, of course, we are going to try and do a good job here today. We are starting from 8th place, or sorry, P9, so we do have a great chance of getting some good points here today. So first of all, we are going to select the correct tyres. So for this one, I can't lie, a soft is tempting me a little bit for this one, but I'm going to go a bit different this time. I'm going to go medium. I feel like we need the front tyre bit around here. And there's a bit of front wear and a bit of front overheating. So we're going to go medium, try something different. Fuel-wise, we'll run 12.5, so 1.5 extra, so we can use plenty of fuel mode power too if we need to. But other than that, we're ready to go here. So let's get this race underway for the Czech Republic Grand Prix. Right, here we go then. The lights are on at Brno. And away we go for the Czech Republic Grand Prix. Not a bad start. We do get a bit of a wheelie on, but to be fair, it's a good launch. We get past 2 bikes off the line straight away as we go into the first corner. We're looking on the outside of Alex Rins, who's had a shocker from the front row. We lose out to Joan Mir, his teammate, midway through turn 2. We get a great exit. We get past Morbidelli and back past Rins, and we move up to 7th place, getting a nice tow from Petrucci as we make a move on Rins as well. Joan Mir looking for the move though down the inside on the Suzuki. Rins almost clips our rear tyre. We just about stay in front as Mir does make the move, so he recovers. We're back down at P7, but it's a good start from us, gaining 2 places off the start. Love that so far as we go downhill now into the kind of twisty section here. Morbidelli looking for the re-overtake there on the inside. We're going to have to let him have that one unless I can hold it here and get the inside for the next left-hander, which I can. Easy does it. Now get the power down, squirt that rear tyre on. And there we go, we stay in front of Franco Morbidelli for now, and we hold on to P7, but we're not out of the woods just yet, as looks like Dovi still leading. Miller up to P2 from what I can see, and Rossi down a 3rd. So it's not been a good start for the guys in the front row. Besides Dovi, Rossi and Rins have lost places. But so far it's been a good one from us. Let's see if we can try and keep pace. We know we were at a similar pace to Joan Mir in qualifying, so maybe he's someone we can try and pass. But after that we might struggle on this bike. Joan Mir's had a pretty average exit at the final corner. We are fast on the pit straight, as you guys know. Had a bit of a look. If I can just get the line out of turn 2, we may have a chance. Trying to get the power down here. Looks like we've messed up a little bit, to be fair. Although, having said that, power mode 2, we might get close enough. We are gaining, but not quite enough to get past Mir, so we'll have to hang back for now. I'm working hard here to try and get on the back of Joan Mir. Looks like the tyre choice was the right one though. Temperatures look perfect on the tyre, so the medium was the way to go. I think we would have put the front soft for a bit too much of a workout, so I'm happy with that. But at the minute, we're hanging on here to a top 6, maybe even a top 5. Let's see what kind of exit we get here. That's a good exit actually. We may have a run on Joan Mir into turn 1 here. Yes we do. Down the inside of turn 1 on the brakes. Don't run too wide. Keep the inside under control. And there we go. A little bit scruffy in the exit there, but we do make the move. And we're up to P6 now in this race. And that is a great result if we can finish it. Let's see if we can keep ahead of Joan Mir, potentially maybe even close in on Danilo Petrucci here. The Ducatis out front are checking out. Rossi's struggling to hold on his M1, and he's starting to hold up Crutchlow and also Petrucci. So there could be a battle here for the podium. So if we can just get to the back of Petrucci's rear tyre, we may have a chance here of returning to the podium this race. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'd be happy to finish P6. So far we're dropping the Suzuki of Joan Mir behind us, so we are solidifying this P6 at the minute, which is great, as Rossi gets a massive wobble just in front of us there. This is looking good. We're just starting to edge towards these guys. I feel like we may have made the perfect tyre choice for this race. And we're going to benefit with that long term as well towards the end of the race, I feel like. Crutchlow makes the move on Rossi. He takes P3 from the Doctor. Looks like he's trying to make a move here, Cal Crutchlow. Let's see if these guys have a battle, or is Rossi just going to drop through the field. At the minute, he looks like he's the most likely to drop through. And I think we could potentially get past the Doctor, to be fair. I think we've got similar pace, so if I can get ahead, I think we can stay ahead. Oh, Petrucci, Rossi down. They're both down in front of us. I don't know what happened there, but they've both crashed. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Oh, Joan Mir's gone down now. Another one bites the dust. Everyone's crashing now all of a sudden. I just watched the crash back on a replay, and Petrucci just rode straight into the back of Valentino Rossi there. So a very messy incident, and Petrucci there, very messy from him. Question is now, can we catch Cal Crutchlow for a podium? I'm not too confident. I feel like he's got good pace. Having said that, we've got a 1.5 gap over Franco Morbidelli, so we're looking good for a 4th place finish here if we keep it on the racetrack, which would be fantastic. Personally, I'd be really happy with this result, considering the pace deficit this weekend. Pace is good, but Morbidelli is catching. Gap is now down to 1 second, so he is closing me down a little bit. Just got to try and keep up the pace as best as I can. Fuel's margin also, I can't run power mode 2 at the moment for a little while, so we can't dip into the reserves. Looks like Miller's starting to drop back now, big time. Crutchlow closing him down at a rate of knots. And I can actually see Miller again now in the distance, so that means I'm also faster than him. So Jack Miller struggling now on the Pramac Ducati. I wonder if he went maybe soft, went really aggressive on tyres, and now he's struggling. Either way, we could catch him here if we keep this pace up, and he keeps on dropping off at this rate. Joan Mir goes down for a 2nd time this race. He's going to be in trouble now. And that wasn't too far behind because we've got the yellow flag. We've kept Morbidelli at 1 second, so that's good as well. He's not closing us down anymore, so we're looking good still for that P4, but there's still 3 laps to go, so anything can happen. I'm getting faster and faster every lap. I'm now into the low 52s. I've managed to get a bit of fuel back on target as well, which is great. But last lap was the 52.4, the one before that 52.5, so the pace is getting better as we went a bit wide there out of turn number 1. Crutchlow makes the move. Just saw that flash up on screen there on the left hand side, so Crutchlow to P2. So Miller is struggling. If we keep on improving our pace every lap, I think we could catch him. Just under 3 laps to go. The gap is a bit big, but it is possible. Let's keep our head down, you never know. Crutchlow fastest lap. Morbidelli behind is putting the pressure on again. He's closing me down. So we're not out of the woods just yet. 2 laps to go now. We are closing in on Miller. We could catch him, but it'd be a very last minute one if we do get past. Gonna have to really try and eyeball and get this fuel down perfectly to the minimum. Lads, this is going to happen. We're closing in on Miller here. We need a perfect final lap, but this could happen. At the final corner, we're very marginal for fuel. Up to the line, into a 51.8. Pace is really good. Into turn 1, here we go. We're now all over the back of Jack Miller. Morbidelli not too far behind either. He's going to be looking for a move as well, I think. But I can smell a podium, and that would be an incredible recovery after the patch and everything that happened in the last race. Oh my god, I'm running a bit hot there. I had to stay wide. I could have gone underneath there, but it would have been risky, so we had to stay outside to not take Miller with us. This could be our chance though. I think Miller's really struggling on his tyres. Here we go. He's slow on the straight as well for a Ducati. I wonder if he's fuel saving, but we go clean around the outside of Jack Miller there. Very nice move. Miller trying to go back underneath there, but there's no way past. I wonder if he's maybe underfueled the bike a little bit possibly. And he's having to do some fuel management. Combined with maybe some tyre grip loss. Possibly went for soft. and went really aggressive. He's now struggling. So we're on for a podium here. All we've got to do is now no mistakes and bring this one home. Morbidelli and Quartararo both get past, and both satellite Yamahas once again having a very strong race, just like the last one at the Kimi Ring. But here we go. Up to the final couple of corners. Dovi's going to win it. He's absolutely dominated here today. In fairness, he dropped off the pace a little bit in the second half of the race, and Crutchlow was really, really strong. But it's going to be a podium for us, and a return to the rostrum, and I will take that. What a race. We are back in business. What a race. Absolutely love that. And there's confirmation as Dovi picks up the win. Crutchlow P2, and we get a third place finish, just ahead of both of the Petronas Yamahas, who were very strong here today. It looks like Quartararo has had a bit of a buff in the latest patch because he's improved a lot in terms of his pace in the last 2 races. We've got Jack Miller P6 in the end. A few on tyres gave up for him. Marc Marquez recovers to P7 and picks up a fastest lap ahead of Johan Zarco and Tito Rabat. Both the Vintiers in the top 9. Really good race from those guys. And then towards the bottom of the table, we do have Espargaro, Vinales, Nakagami, Rins, and then Binder and Alex Marquez. So Brad Binder getting into the points, and Valentino Rossi there as well, also just missing out the points as we now move into the Riders' Championship, and we lead by 35 points over Marc Marquez. So somehow we've extended our lead over Marquez in the last 2 races since the patches have dropped and the AI have got harder to beat, which is unbelievable. Dovi with that win though takes a big jump up the table, so does Crutchlow, and they're both trying to close that gap now moving forward into the second half of the season. We then move into the Team Championship, and we are in 3rd place. And to be fair, it's going to be a battle to stay there as Petronas Yamaha overtake the Works Factory Yamaha team, which is incredible. But to be fair, Rossi did get taken out by Petrucci here today, so unfortunate one there for the Factory M1 team. But we then move finally into the Constructors, and we're currently 5 points behind Honda, so we're still in the mix. But it's going to be tricky to keep up with those guys, I feel like, long term. Either way, guys, that is going to be it from me here today at Brno, and what a day, what a race, and the patch that's been released overnight has definitely improved things straight away. But I really, really enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys, about today's video and what I said at the start as well. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe if you are new for daily Formula 1 and MotoGP content on the channel, and click the bell icon, guys, to be notified whenever I do post any new videos on the channel. And finally, check out the 2 videos on your screen right now if you have missed them. But that is it from me here today at the Czech Republic, and I'll see you all next time for the Austrian Grand Prix.